My dear learners, including age group 6 years to the age group of grandfathers, age is just a number. Today we'll be discussing about typecasting, escape sequences and input function. So let us start. Typecasting. Typecasting is a method to convert one data type to another data type. When you're writing a Python program, there are times when you need to convert one data type to another. How to do that? Guys, for all the data types except none, we are having functions for typecasting. Now, a list of these functions is here. Guys, this is very, these function names are very simple. You don't need to cram them. Let us understand how to use them with an example. Let me create a variable named a with some float value like 89.67 and let us check its type. So it's float. Now I want to change this a from float to integer. So what I'll do, I'll use this int function. What this int function, how to use it? I'll write int and then inside the parenthesis, I'll write a. Now what will happen is that this a will get converted into an integer, 89. So this 0.67 gets removed. But now if you check the value of a, it remains 89.67 only because you have not stored this outcome inside a variable. So we need to write a equals to int a. And now if you check the value of a, it's 89, right? So like this, you can change any value from one data type to another by writing that variable inside the function. Let me show you some other examples also, guys. If I'm having a string with some integer value like 123, now I want to convert this string into a number, an integer. So what I'll do, I'll write x equals to int x, and now if you check x, it's 123. You can also convert now x into a float like this, float, and you write x. Now you see 0.0 gets added. So guys, like this, you can convert one data type to another. None can be converted to some types, but no data type can be converted to none. That is, there's no function like this, right guys? But what you can do is using this str function, you convert any data type into string. So you can write here none, then it will get converted to a string. Similarly, you can do convert none to a boolean, write in bool, and then if you type none and then it gets converted into a boolean value. Guys, it is not possible to convert any data type to any other data type. Like if I try to convert a string Python into integer, guys, is this possible? No, this is not possible. So you will get an error, invalid literal for int, right? So like this, there are many invalid conversions also. Guys, I'm not digging deep into this. Try to convert various data types, right? Escape sequences. So guys, let us understand escape sequences, their uses with some examples, right? So I'm writing a print statement here. Print Python has many data types, right? I'm printing this. Okay. Now I want that these two words data types come inside single quotes in the output, right? So what I'll do, I'll just put single quotes. Okay. And if I run it, I get it. Now let me do another thing. Guys, as you all know that inside a print function, we can write a string like this inside double quotes or single quotes. So let me put this in single quotes. Okay, and then we'll try to run it. Now let us run it. We see we get an invalid syntax error, right? Now, one more thing. Now, what if I put these data types in double quotes? Now you see, you get the output data types in double quotes. Okay. So you must have observed one thing here, guys, that inside double quotes, you are not able to use double quotes. Inside single quotes, you are not able to use single quotes. So guys, for writing such illegal characters, we use escape sequences. I'm giving you another example, guys, like my print Python Okay, and now I run it. Now in the next line in the output, I want data science. In the next line, okay, so what we have done until now, we would do just print and then I would write data science. And in the output, I will get it in the new line. But guys, if you see, we have used two print functions here. Now what if I only want to use one print functions? How will I get a new line? If you are thinking to enter, then that's not valid syntax. If you do this, you are getting a syntax error. Then how will you do this? Guys, this is also an illegal character, enter. So for doing such stuff, we use escape sequences. Let me tell you some of the escape sequences, guys. So guys, here I am having a list of some escape sequences. Here is the use and here's the escape sequence, right? Right. Let us try to use these escape sequences one by one. So for single quote, we are having this backslash and this single quote, right? So what we were having in the example, we were having this print Python has many data types. And I want, okay, this was in single quotes, right? Now I want the data types in single quotes, right? So what I'll do, I'll use backward slash this, right? And again a backward slash and this. Right now, if you run it, now see guys, we are getting single quotes inside single quotes, right? And similarly for double quotes also you can do this. Print Python has many data types, okay? So for double quotes, similar thing you will do, you will use a backward slash and now you'll use double quotes. I've not written in the list, okay? You'll use double quote and again you'll use a backward slash and now if you run it, see, we are having double quotes. So double quotes, you see, okay, we get the result. Now for a new line character, we are having, if you see, new line slash n. Okay, now let me do print Python. Now what you will do, you'll write just slash n. Now this n has to be in small, right? Data science, okay. And now you can see Python and then in a new line, data science. What you can do, you can also give spaces between these escape sequences. It's your wish. If you don't give some space, it's okay. We are also given for backslash, two double backslashes, right? Let us try it out. So if you're not writing the slash n, if you just write this, you're getting it, okay. But now if I'm using an escape sequence like slash n, then how will you, then if I want this slash n just to be printed as it is, not to be used as an escape sequence, then I can use two backslash, okay. And now this will print a single backslash, okay. Two backslash will print a single backslash. This is the output, right? Guys, we are also having backspace, okay, slash b. So let us use this print. This is just like the backspace of your laptop keyboard, right? Now if I write Python and now if I write slash b, what you see is that the last character is not getting printed, right? This is the use of this backspace. We are also having tab for getting a tab, like here I'll use it. Okay, now you can see here's the tab space. At last, we are having a carriage return. Let me make you understand this with an example, guys. Let me write print. Now I write Python. Then I use the carriage return. Then I write data. Okay, and now I print it. What you are getting is data and with a space. Here's a space also, guys. What is happening here, guys, is that first thing first, Python is having 6 characters or 6 alphabets and data is having 4 characters. What happens when you use carriage return, guys, is that after the escape sequence, whatever you write, even if you give a space, it gets replaced in the beginning of your output. Like here I have given a space also, and then I have written data. So if I include the space, there are 5 characters, and this is having 6 characters. So what happens, this Python, Pytho gets replaced by space in data. And then at last you are left with n, and that gets printed. If I remove the space, now if I try to run it, I get data on. Okay, now there's no space, and now this pyth is only getting replaced, right? Let us see how to take inputs from the users. Like we use print function to print something in the output, we'll be using input function to take input. So we just need to write input and then the parenthesis which comes for a function, and then you run it. So you can see in the output I'm getting this kind of box, and inside this box I can give any value of any data type, right? I am writing 67, and then you just need to press enter. Okay, but guys, you can see this value is not getting stored anywhere. So to store this in a variable, what we'll do, like if I want to store the input inside a variable named x, I'll write x equals to input, and then you just need to run it. And now if I write 67, and now if I print x, so you can see I'm having 67 inside x. But guys, if you check the type of x, then you see it's string. So guys, any input that you give through the input function, it gets stored in the form of a string. So we need to use typecasting to convert this string into the variable into the data type which we want, right? So what I'll do here, I'll write this input function inside int function. That is the typecasting function for integers. Okay, and now if you'll run it, and again I give the value. Now I run it, so you can see it's an integer, right? And inside the function, guys, what is happening? The input function is taking the input which is in the string form, and the int function will convert the string into an integer. Guys, you might be observing there's some lack of information when we are taking input from the user. Only just a black box is coming, and inside that we have to put the information. But it is not specified what kind of value do we want from the user. Maybe we are creating a program that deals with integer values and the user may give some string value. So we need to give some message to the user. So how I'll do that, I'm creating a variable y, let's say float, okay, and input. So inside the parenthesis, we'll write some message for the user. Like I'm writing enter a float value. And now if you run it, see now this is coming, enter a float value. So now the user will give some float value. Guys, you can give any value, any other type value inside this input function, and that will print it as a message in the output for the user. Like you can even write true here, or say 60, any number, anything, okay, and that will be printed for the user. But it is better to write a string, okay. Guys, in the next video, I'll be giving you some exercises related to the topics we have studied so far in our Python playlist. Also, I'll be giving you some tips on how to solve programming problems. Pura India padega data science. Ready for my next video? So goodbye and namaskar. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to press the bell icon.